Hey, hello. Hi, hey. Boom, boom, boom.
From the streets of Jamaica coming live and them do it. If sun resurrect it and look what them do to it. And then we use and dispose of you those who are close to you. If you choose to tread the road, you know. So brother, if you are tonight, carry the scars of a coffee. I carry the fire of a Belchesy take when your mind get a chance represent. Cause you might have no past to present. So don't take them last up your past and resume back to the ancient ways. Untold secrets that remain unchanged. Mentally get unchained. I want goal, I want aim, and the same what you say.
Got to stay true to the things.
Up on the poor poverty, nobody now dance to a two-party. Oppression, brainwashing and nefarious schemes to keep the
2nd and January 9th, and Mr. Pablo and his band is going to be here the 15th, so, okay. Well, it's Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Solstice, and of course today is the first day of Kwanzaa, of which I know very little. I only know one of the precepts is unity, which is of course very important. But there is somebody here who does know all about it, and we're going to talk to him about it later. Okay, with that said, I want to introduce to you, oh, and by the way, this all-women's taiko dance and drum group, they are always going to open for us. They have opened for us for 5 weeks, and every time it's been a new piece. I don't know how they have a repertoire like that. It's incredible. Anyway, okay, so I want to introduce to you all women. Have a marvelous man. Michael David Gordon is his name, and he has been one of the leading actors, and sometimes the leading actor, in our summer street theater program, which plays in all 5 boroughs all summer long. And somebody should go find him. He is a teacher, a composer, of course, fabulous singer. He is a leading teacher in ensemble in Brooklyn, and he has released a CD called Tracks of his own work, his own compositions, with a writing partner, and he is, and here he is. And Michael David, I've just been introducing you. And he also can be found on Instagram, and he is also, by Tuesday, he will have his own website called Everything You Wanted to Know, Michael David Gordon. That's not quite right. Michael,
Everything Michael David. I got it, yeah. Yes. Hello, folks. How are you? Hi.
I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
because I've introduced you and told them everything except the proper name for your website.
Everythingmichaeldavid.com.
Yeah, I think because we're
Yes.
in front of the
Yes.
speakers. So what I wanted to ask you, Michael David, though, I think we should back up.
Yes, okay.
So we're out of the speakers. That I know very little about Kwanzaa, except that today is the first day. And so perhaps you can tell us something.
I can. Today indeed is the first day of Kwanzaa, and the first day is unity, or Umoja. Kwanzaa was created in 1966 by a professor named Graji, and he was out of California. And it was really created as a way to have African American people celebrate specifically a holiday that was specific to them, that was about community building and self-determination and creating more wealth. It's 7 days, starting today and ending on January 1st, and each day you light another candle for another day. And I never get them right in order, but I know there's unity and self-determination and creativity, etc., etc. And it's a really great holiday. And on the 6th day, which is creativity, you usually have a big feast, which includes corn and chicken and spices, and people sing songs, and it's an amazing thing. And all the African American people I know celebrate Kwanzaa, but also celebrate Christmas and, solstice and Hanukkah, absolutely. I went to a Hanukkah celebration just the other day. So it's a wonderful, another holiday and another way for people to self-actualize. So that's Kwanzaa. So happy Kwanzaa to everybody. And today is unity, and God knows we need as much unity as possible. Okay, so.
And I also wanted to say that the professor who created this was a Black Panther.
Yes.
And he was a member of CORE. So, we have long history. History goes back and back and back and back and back. Anyway, Michael David Gordon. You could get a
I get another
regular
mic? Okay. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, Dan, I have to add something.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Peter Dizozza, who also is a composer and a writer, and he is going to be his accompanist.
Okay, so it's funny, history. We're gonna talk a little bit about history today and sing a little bit about history and like that. It's wonderful to see you all. I'm glad you're distanced and hey, sweetie, how are you? Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a song from this summer's street theater show, which we could not do, obviously, in the street, but we did it online, and it was fabulous. And it was called Liberty, a City Park Story. And this is called The Scottsboro Boys. And it's about the Scottsboro Boys. And if you don't know about it, you're gonna learn about it right now. Here we go. The year was 1931. The fight against Jim Crow had just begun. They called it the Scottsboro case. Yeah, that's right. They called them the Scottsboro Boys. These were their names: Hayward, Clarence, Charlie, Andy, Olin, Ozzie, Roy, Eugene. Their ages 12 to just 18. 12 years of age to 18 years. Wrongly accused. Oh, they were wrongly convicted. Sentenced to death by an all-white jury in an atmosphere of terror and fear. And then came the riots, people gathering together, working together to tell the truth. Here we go. Together, black and white, fought the police attack and gave that wall another crack. You know, that wall needs to get as many cracks as possible. You have a crack over here, you have a crack over there. Every time that you get out on the street and you march and you chant and you say no and you work for justice, that's another crack in that wall. Another crack in that wall. It's gonna take us all, yeah. Another crack in that wall. It's gonna take us all. It's gonna take you and you and you and you and Crystal and you and Roy and yeah. It's gonna take us all. We're gonna take another crack, 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 crack. It's gonna take another crack in this wall. And the Scottsboro case fired the civil rights movement as it struck fire. Thank you. That song was written by two genius songwriters, Mr. Vernon Banks, Joseph Vernon Banks, and of course, Ms. Crystal Field. So give it up for Joe Vernon Banks and Crystal Field. Yeah, okay, so let's stay on this theme of activism and history and pushing back and justice. Let's do this one. You probably know this one. Feel free to sing along. Marvin Gaye. Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Whoa, brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. 'Cause you know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate, because war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. 'Cause you know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Ooh. Everybody on this block thinks we're wrong, but who are they to judge us? Simply cause his hair is long. Cause you know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. You're beautiful. Picket lines and picket signs. Beautiful silver hair, yeah. Come on, talk to me right over there. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Ooh. Thank you there across the street. You are well distanced. I appreciate that. One more for y'all. I wanted to do this one, and Crystal actually called me and asked me to do this, and I thought it was a great idea. As you know, we have an election coming up. Very important election down south. And I think it's going to potentially determine a lot of things as we move forward. So I just wanted to do this one in honor of those folks down there. My cousin lives in Decatur, Georgia, and she tells me that there's nothing but black people online all day long, standing for hours and hours and hours. They are in trouble. Republicans are nervous, okay, because they're standing and they're not leaving. People are coming and putting down chairs for elderly people and leaving the chairs, and people are bringing dinners and lunches and bottles of water, so hopefully it's going to be okay. But I wanted to do this one in honor of those folks and all of you folks that voted and will continue to vote in the future, because it's, you know, don't let them tell you different. It's our voices, it really is. So this is for them and for you. Here we go. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. It's just an old sweet song, keeps Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, no sweeter sound. It's just an old sweet song. It's like moonlight through the pine. arms reach out to me. Other smiles smile tenderly. But in these peaceful dreams I see the road comes back to you. I said, Georgia, Georgia, no sweeter sound. Oh, it's just moonlight, it's moonlight through the pain all the time. Yeah. Here we go. Other arms reach out to me. Other eyes, like yours, smile tenderly. But in these peaceful dreams I see the road comes it back to you. Na na na, Georgia, Georgia. The whole day through, it's just an old sweet song. I said it's an old sweet song. Keeps Georgia in my mind. Yeah, it's just an old sweet song. Keeps Georgia. It's gonna be okay, folks. We're gonna get through this, we really will. Pandemic, you know who, Voldemort, the vote, the whole thing. We're gonna get through it. As long as we stay together, it's gonna be okay. It really will. Georgia, on my Thank you so much. Dizozza folks, Crystal Field. I love Theater for the New City. This is my home. Thank you all for coming. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. See you soon. I'm putting my mask back on now.
Okay. Bravo!
Wow. He is our leading actor, one of our leading actors, and sometimes the leading actor in the street theater in the summer. And please God, the creek don't rise. We will be in person this summer in the parks and in the streets. Michael David Gordon. Okay, so we now have a man who is a composer and an accompanist and a writer and a singer, and his name is Gregory Kissen. And he has come out of hiding.
Rachmaninoff. Bugs Bunny. Gershwin. I love those Gershwin chords. Can't you see how happy we will be? That we're facing. There comes but once a generation, a chance to make some real history. As I keep hearing that same off-key note, but this time ain't no time for apathy. I keep saying, baby, don't you throw away that vote. If you don't vote, then you're about as useful as a pig down at the bottom of a well. Squeal all you want about the mess you're in. You know what? It's too late to ring that emergency bell. The consequence of not taking 1 minute, you know, vote on that one cold election day is nothing less than giving everybody corruption, disease, depression here to stay. Once I dined with them inside traders down at the State House in Atlanta Way. They should not be allowed to run a laundromat, much less from old Savannah to Red Bay. Oh, once I read in the Constitution about the way the people could demand a change. I read it somewhere back in junior high. Pity if we don't even try. Na 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 na. Squeal all you want about the mess we're in. Oh, it's too late to ring that emergency Liberty bell. Charming Chattahoochee Hill, from Augusta down to Milledgeville, from Brunswick to Magnolia Springs, 'cause voting is a democratic thing. From Kennesaw to all the way down to Old Valdosta, from Shadydale to the grounds where the soldiers battle on, from Pickettsville to the Center for Human and Civil Rights. Don't you throw away that vote. From the Blue Ridge to the Atlantic coast, from Dublin town to Old Valdosta. In America, you're gonna raise a fuss for Warnock and for Ossoff too. 'Cause a vote for them is a vote for you. Don't you throw away
you throw, oh no, baby, don't you throw away that boat.
Our last performer is Peter Dizozza. He accompanied Michael David Gordon. Oh, if I get further front, aha. Okay, and now he is going to do his own set. He has been musical director at the Street Theater all summer, and he has done his own work all during the year. Peter Dizozza.
Songs about theater for the city. Yeah, I worked with Toby Armour. We heard from her. She did a funny play. One of the Open Though Shut events had Trump getting an opportunity to join the spaceship crew. And she also wrote about the history of this building. So I'm jumping around because the building itself is a street vendor's indoor store. I think LaGuardia was responsible for building these. You can go to part of Fiorello LaGuardia, and he in the 30s created indoor markets. Why? Because there were a lot of street vendors on 14th Street near Trader Joe's in case you want to buy a cassette player or a DVD player. And so he wanted them inside, and he built this building. So I think even in the front there it says Market, Crystal, or, yeah. And they're the ghosts of the people who lived here. Toby's 155 First Avenue show gives them voice. They are ghosts in the cellar, and the impresario is looking for some advice from them, and in this case the street vendor is telling her to relax, don't make such it's sort of the reverse psychology of what can be done to save the theater. Remember, it takes a while, okay, but when? And if it's gonna happen, it's going to happen. Okay, yeah, but when? Just remember one thing. What? If you want to make a theater or a pie in the sky, if it's new and crazy, if it's gonna fly off of Broadway or wherever, it doesn't matter if you're gonna make a dream come true. Just remember, you must never, never, never give up. What? Give up? Always give up and start again. And whatever you do, never face the music, and for God's sake, don't take arm against a sea of troubles, or a horse stampede, or angry bees. But what about the struggle? Overwhelming odds, or rats without cheese. What about the struggle? Tropical storms, or cats without fleas. What about the struggle? Don't screw your courage to the sticking point. Be sure you alter when you alteration find. But what about the struggle? Who needs it? Go with the flow, swim with the tide. Look up at the stars, lie on your side. Travel downstream, it's a wonderful ride. And never, 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 never what? Never face the music, yes. Be the music, embrace the music, and love the music. Fire in the belly, music in the head, but you have to keep going, don't you? Sing through your nose, you can't give up, right? Play with your toes. What about never give up? Of course, give up. It's lovely to say, I give up you in. Take a bath, have a mint, turn around, start again, and always remember to never, what never, forget what? To rock the boat. Remember to rock the boat. Now to go off into a realm, thanks to Jenny Vath, I'm reminded that there are these songs from 155 First Avenue, and the one she mentioned is called 155. Well, it was on 2nd Avenue. I remember going in the 80s, and there were Ethel Eichelberger and big figures of the day. Hello, Don. Gee, the walk was not very far. It was, I don't know, a Baptist church, actually. It's still, oh, and now it's a, what is it called? Urban Outfitters. Thank you. Okay, well, I remember going into the back. It was like a triplex. It was a multiplex. And it was like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and everybody was just doing their performances of the shows, and you could sort of go from one theater to the next. And that was thanks to Jay Padroff, who introduced me to Theater for the New City. They're going to walk down, and they're going to come down this way. So where? The big move. This way, people, this way. Where do we go? Where did she say? Where do we put this stuff? Down on 2nd, across on 10th, around the corner, and what's the number? 155 First Avenue. 155 First Avenue. 155 First Avenue. 155 First Avenue. 155, down on 2nd, across from 10th, around the corner and home at last. 155, 155, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. Down on 2nd, across on 10th to 155 First Avenue. 155 First Avenue. And then the ghosts in the basement, like Mary Astor and Pete Stuyvesant, sing themselves. They're excited about it. They're coming to our theater. They're coming to our former indoor market. A straw in the wind flying up, up and away. No more quiet gloom, no more empty rooms, glorious song and dance, fuss and feathers and hopeless romance. A theater just for us, a theater, hell and damnation, and we can be a part of it, you mean me.
The Mrs. Astor acting on the stage. Caroline, you're unnatural, and you too, Pete. You'll scare the daylights out of them. No more quiet gloom, no more empty rooms. Glorious song and dance, fuss and feathers and hopeless romance. Fuss and feathers and hopeless romance. A theater just for us. 155 First Avenue. 155 First Avenue. 155 First Avenue. 155 First Avenue. See you here, right? All right, we're coming to the end of the year, and I have a song that I've been adapting for the end of the year, originally called Song for the Penultimate Day, but here we are, we have a week less, we have 5. Well, let's do it. Let's wrap the year in ribbons. It's not over till it's done. In a year of great upheaval, the change has just begun. Do we go right along like we always do? Or next year, do we change the way we wanted to? I've been feeling less than certain since the year began. Did I learn? Did I try? In a year filled with change, only days are left to unite. The divisiveness of trust bereft. Opportunity demands that there be unity to connect one and all. January began with a show for RBG. Things were good with a certain regularity. February also gave to us another day, and just that day turns the tide. But the cause for an illness was identified. Troubled days, silent nights, so intensified. When I woke up to the dawn, things were very much the same. When you told me things were different, I had nowhere else to turn, none but me to blame. I will admit that the change has been slow, but it's happened in front of our eyes. Like a plant as it grows, like a flower that opens, it's blossoming fast as it can. Almost according to plan. I will admit that the change has been slow. The science is in front of our eyes. A plant that grows like a plant that grows against open. Any day can turn with a seismic shift. Though we're safe in our homes, we are on a cliff. While the stillness planets pass with unity as they cross in the sky. Join your hands with a new transcendentalists as the humanists appear in the morning mist. Do you wake me up in a twilight zone now? On our own, I can take what I can see, but you go running to my grave without you to save me. I will admit that improvement is slow, but it's happened in front of our eyes. Like a planet that grows, like a flower that opens, and amaryllis is growing out of the snow-covered earth. And our best laid plans have an outcome that leads a sense of rebirth. If we are the best as we are, and the best is the most we can be. If there's something to say for not going insane, it's that I'm finally starting to see. Let me become what I'll be. like I always do. Happy 2020 hindsight, everyone. Thank you, Crystal and everybody who performed tonight. Michael, it was a pleasure. Okay, that's Crystal, thank you.
Transcendentalist!
Okay, well, that's it. We will see you next week, 2 o'clock, January 2nd, to greet the new year.
Happy New Year.
Aloha.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy 2020 hindsight.
Want to go in and say hi to Kristen?
I'm just